Dave Mott. I'm back. It's been a while, but I'm back. Give me 1 second. Let me turn on Instagram Live. Follow us on Instagram. Circle a Drink on Instagram. I haven't done a live in a while here, so let me see if I can set this up real quick. All right, let's go live on Instagram as well. What's up, Instagram? Dave Mate, circleofdrink.com. Coming back, talking about mate. Let's have a mate circle. Everyone on YouTube, everyone on Facebook, salud. I hope you're well. It's been a while. I think it's been, I don't know, since spring or something, since my last video. But here I am. Salud. What's up, guys? Guys and gals, everybody. As usual, if you guys have questions, let me know. I'll try to answer the questions. If you see me looking this way or that way, it's because I have multiple screens. I got the Instagram over here. What's going on, guys? Salud. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Tudo bem? Tudo bem? And I also have the screen over here. I hope you guys could hear me. Let me see if I could check comments and stuff like that. I haven't done this in a while, so a little rusty. Give me 1 second, guys. Let's see. How do I do the comments? All right. I'm not sure how to see your guys' comments. I forgot how to do that, but if I figure it out, I'll come back to it. So let me just start talking anyway. So, what's going on? I hope everybody's well. I wanted to talk a little bit about some new products that I've released recently. But what really has me excited these days, what really has me excited are mushrooms. Functional mushrooms. Now, let me say it, because I always say it, for those of you who are just watching, who don't know me, don't know Circle of Drink, don't know anything about this brand, I just have to do it again. I know a million of you guys have heard it a million times, but I went to Argentina. My name's Dave Mate. I'm the founder of Circle of Drink. I went to Argentina about 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. I went in 2009, and I went there just to learn Spanish. I had an interest in learning Spanish because when I was living in Manhattan for many years, so many people were coming up to me. They thought that I was Hispanic. They wanted to speak Spanish to me. And I didn't know any Spanish, so that was like a sign for me. That was a sign for me. What's going on, Sean? That was a sign for me to go to South America and to learn Spanish. So in 2009, I was living in Northern California. I was a part of a group helping to save the redwoods. We were living in the trees, literally living in the trees, 170 feet, 250 feet high, in these trees that were upwards of 1,000 years old, some of them 2,000, 3,000 years old. The largest living organisms on Earth apart from mycelium, which coincidentally we'll be talking about mushrooms today. So I was living in the redwoods. I lived out there for about a year and change. And then I was compelled to go to Argentina. Everyone said, don't go to Argentina. I was like, why? They were like, because the Spanish that they speak there is very specific. It's a unique form of Spanish, Castellano they call it. But that made me want to go even more. So I went. And this is in March 2009 now. I left Brazil. I left California. And I ended up living in Argentina. I was in this immersion school where you live at the school and you study Spanish for like 5 hours a day, 5 days a week. Literally, my first night, there was a group of women. There were young students at the time sitting in a circle in the common room. And they said, hey, you come over here. I didn't know any Spanish at all. And they introduced me to this. Yerba mate tea. And I was like, what's going on? What is this? I had no idea what it was. I started drinking it. I burned my mouth. It was really hot. But, I thought that it was very interesting because here I am, a stranger. It's literally my first night in Argentina. And this group of people reached out to me and they said, come into our circle. They were sitting in a circle on the ground. They were eating dulce de leche. And they were literally handing me spoonfuls of dulce de leche, which is like a caramel basically. It's basically milk, sugar, heated up over the stove. And it's really nice. It's super sweet, but they were shoving it down. Here you go, Dave. Have some of this, and they were giving me the mate, and I was impressed. I was really impressed that they accepted me. A stranger. I couldn't speak Spanish. They couldn't speak English, but we were communicating through this yerba mate tea, this holly plant inside this cup called a gourd or a mate with a bombilla, metal straw with a filter at the end of it. You add the hot water like this all day long. You add it to the dry hole, the void in here, and then you just keep on drinking it like this. So I was thinking about it, after this happened in 2009, my first night, I was thinking about it for a while. I was like, wow, this particular tea, whatever it is, this tea is like a metaphor. It's a metaphor or an excuse to come together and to share each other, to share ourselves with each other. Because while we were sitting in that circle, I couldn't speak any Spanish. They couldn't speak any English. Yet we were having a conversation. It was a conversation beyond words. It was a conversation beyond language. It was a conversation beyond race, beyond sex, beyond gender, beyond everything. So I was intrigued. I was like, whoa, this is like philosophical here. This particular herb is helping to dissolve boundaries amongst people. So, I spent about a couple years in Argentina learning everything I could about this herb. Going to the farms, living with people's families, talking to people's grandmas and grandpas, venturing out to the forest, going out to northern Argentina, going into the forest where the mate is grown in the shade. So long story short, I basically became super impressed. I started studying this herb. I started a blog for like 3 or 4 years. Before there was even a company, there was a blog for about 2 or 3 or 4 years just talking about mate. Some of you remember. Some of you have been following me for a long time. And then in 2012, 2013, I started to formally import yerba mate from Argentina. The connections that I made up until that point in Argentina allowed me to reach out to people who helped me connect to the growers and the farms. And in 2013, I started to formally, 2012, 2013, I started to formally import yerba mate, started to sell the gourds. I wrote a book about it, published a book about it. I believe it was the first book in English written by a North American about the topic. I'm pretty sure that it was. If somebody found another book around that time, let me know. But as far as I know, I wrote the first book as a North American in English about yerba mate. I believe that there were a few other books written in English by Argentinians or Brazilians, but no North American wrote a book in English on the topic before I wrote it in 2014, 2013, called Mateology. If you want to look into that book, just Google that or go onto Amazon.com and find Mateology. You'll find my book. What's going on, everybody? So basically, I don't want to go too deep into the story of me in Argentina. But basically, rest assured, I was living in South America on and off for about 10 years between Argentina. And then I spent several months a few times in Brazil. I've been to Uruguay. I've been to all the countries that deal with Argentina. Not Paraguay, though. I haven't been to Paraguay yet. I was on the border, but I actually never entered. I didn't have a visa at the time. So now flash forward 10, 11, 12 years. I've been drinking this powerful herb called yerba mate. I've been drinking it every day. Every day for the past 12 years, I've been drinking this herb. Every single day. Why? Because it works. You drink it and you feel amazing. You drink it, you get what I call creative clarity. Creative clarity, my friends. It just dissolves the fog and it allows you to be laser focused on whatever you're doing. So there's practical applications for the yerba mate. And then there's social applications for yerba mate. And I don't even like to use this word application because it kind of commercializes and industrializes this herb. But hey, why not? We're living in the modern world, so I'll use that. But if you go back into the ancient times, several hundred years ago, the Tupi people and the Guarani tribes of Paraná, they were using mate in ritualistic fashions. They were drinking mate amongst one another to talk about the future of the tribes, to talk about what's going on with their dreams. And they just simply use it in a practical manner, too, for energy. It gives you energy. It gives you mental and physical energy. Some of you know that I used to really be into green tea before yerba mate, and I thought green tea was it. I said green tea, that's it. That's all I'm going to be drinking for the rest of my life. But when I found this herb yerba mate, it was like boom. 6 months after drinking yerba mate, I had an epiphany. You guys, some of you have heard the story already. The time when I was reading the book. And when I was reading the book, I asked myself, why am I comprehending things so much better? Why am I able to absorb so much knowledge and so much data so quickly? Why am I able to do this? What has changed? And I believe that yerba mate, that was the first time I noticed the mental benefits of yerba mate, the ability to help you absorb and retain information, the ability to help you connect with anything and anyone. I know it sounds like hyperbole. I know it sounds like Dave's just saying this because he has a vested interest in it. But honestly, I don't even care if you buy my yerba mate. You don't ever have to buy yerba mate from me. I don't care. Like, I honestly don't care. What I care about is that you do your research and you learn about yerba mate and you go buy it anywhere. Go to Whole Foods and buy it. Go to any Hispanic store and bodega and buy it. Some people think Dave makes these videos just so they buy mate from him. No, I don't care. You don't have to ever buy mate from me. I don't care. I really don't. And people may say, hey, well, you have a business. You should care. Well, fortunately, I have many businesses. So mate is just one little piece of the pie for me. So it's a passion for me. I really don't care about money when it comes to yerba mate, even though we do have the most expensive yerba mate, and there's a reason for that. But I always tell people, like, listen, get mate anywhere. Go anywhere and buy it. You could buy mate for $5 a pound. If you're lucky and you have a bodega near you, you could buy it for $10 a pound on Amazon somewhere right now. Just go buy it and start drinking it. If you want the best and you want handcrafted and you want boutique and you want my personal touch, then come to Circle of Drink, of course. Come to circleofdrink.com and you'll get the finest. But you don't have to have, the crazy stuff that we make. Any mate will do. And for those of you that do want a deal, let me throw it in because there's a deal right now, actually. Let me find it for you. 25% off this weekend only. Use code WEEKEND25, and there you go. 25% off on all your mate needs. This weekend only, 25% off. Use code WEEKEND25. There you go. That's the salesperson in me. You heard it right there. Yes, Julianne, what's going on? Okay. So let me talk to you guys about the mushrooms. I got to talk about the mushrooms. I just have to talk about the mushrooms. Let me get this code out of here. So, you know me, I always have stories because, listen, those of you, first of all, I want to say thank you. Thank you for all of you guys who have been watching my videos for the past 10 years. 10, 11 years. Thank you so much. I get emails from people every week saying, Dave, I watched all your videos. I just binge watched them. Thank you. And they're thanking me, and I'm thanking you right back. Thank you so much. Those of you who've watched the videos and you understand my story, you understand what I'm trying to do with Circle of Drink, and there's only a few who truly understand what I'm trying to do here. Only a few. I hate to say it, but there's only a few who truly understand what I'm trying to do with this company and this movement. Those of you who understand, thank you, because without you guys, this company wouldn't exist. Without the support from the people who understand what I'm trying to do, understand the pricing, understand that money is just an energy. It's not real. It's just an energy that you could have all the money you want in the world, because if you manifest anything that you want in the world, that's all that it takes. Just manifest it. Certain people understand these principles, these laws of the universe. And you're able to watch my videos and you're able to read between the lines of what I'm speaking about here. And mate, again, is just the metaphor for the true mission of Circle of Drink. Mate is just the metaphor. It really is just this company is just a tool to help bring people together, help dissolve barriers, just as the Guarani and the Tupi people were doing 1,000 years ago. I'm just the modern version of that, really. Other companies are doing beautiful, great things with yerba mate as well. Guayaquil, much respect. Eco Teas, much respect. These are the two companies that really brought mate to the United States in this, what I call the fourth wave of mate in the United States. Without those two companies, I probably wouldn't even be here talking about yerba mate right now. So I always like to give a respect to Guayaquil and Eco Teas, two powerful, great companies. I got so much respect for those companies. Support them. Go to Whole Foods and buy their mate. They got good mate, clean, organic mate. So, okay, I keep on going all over the place here. Let's get down to the mushrooms. Okay. So, in 2012, I started experimenting with mushrooms. What do I mean by mushrooms? Well, at the time, it was mushrooms that had psilocybin, a compound called psilocybin. And this compound basically helps you to dissolve barriers as well. It helps you, it's a psychedelic compound that helps you have visions and see things and learn more about yourself, learn more about your life. So when I experimented with these mushrooms for several years and had these epiphanies and had this deep understanding, about a year ago now, somebody from one of my customers from the Middle East said, Dave, well, did you ever experiment with non psychedelic mushrooms, like mushrooms like lion's mane, chaga, reishi? And of course, I've heard of these mushrooms. I just never really got into them. So I said, okay, well, I was studying the psilocybin mushrooms for several years, 10 years. Now let me start studying, the non-psychoactive, the non-psilocybin mushrooms, the regular functional mushrooms that are just good for your health. So when my friend inspired me about a year ago, 8 months ago or so, I started doing all the research I could on reishi. I started doing all the research I could on chaga, functional mushrooms. These mushrooms do not get you high. These mushrooms do not make you trip. Don't confuse that with the psilocybin that I mentioned in the beginning. These mushrooms are just healthy. They're functional mushrooms you could eat. They're just food. And I started studying everything I could about the lion's mane. So probably some of you guys have already heard about these mushrooms. These mushrooms have a lot of common health benefits between all of them. Common health benefits such as antiviral, anti-inflammatory. They help regulate glucose levels. They help reduce high blood pressure. They help destroy viruses in your body. And overall, they just make you feel better, give you more energy. Now, I'll let you guys do your own research into all these different mushrooms. I recommend you do your own research. What I just want to talk about in terms of these mushrooms is what they did for me and why I decided to blend with them. So lion's mane right here, I spent about 6 months before I even made this blend. I spent about 6 months just researching and studying lion's mane. Now, you could do all the research in the world. Do all the research in the world, Google these things, look them up online, research them. That's great. But then you got to do another sort of research, which is just take them. Take the mushroom every single day for 1 month. So for several months, I just took 1 or 2 grams of this mushroom without making the blend or anything and seeing what it did for me. And of course, it's going to have a different effect on everybody. But for me, I felt that the lion's mane helped me make connections better. It helped me learn better. It helped me be able to do mental juggles better. It just kind of like, I don't know how to put it. It basically just accelerated something in my mind that allowed me to grasp concepts more easily, with more fluidity, without so much friction. Lion's mane just kind of gave me that boost of intelligence, really. I mean, that's the only way to really put it. It just helped my mind feel more lubricated. And with that lubrication, I was able to grasp things better. I was able to retain information better. So when I realized that lion's mane was able to do that, I said, obviously, I have to blend this with yerba mate because mate already does that for me too. So I believe that there was a powerful synergy in the lion's mane and the yerba mate. The lion's mane is a cognition booster. It boosts your cognition. It makes you better. It just makes your mind perform better. I highly recommend you try lion's mane mushroom. Go research lion's mane, and you're going to be like, whoa, yes, this stuff is legit. So I had a blend with lion's mane. Now, chaga. Now, the first time I ever tried chaga was actually about 5-6 years ago. One of my brothers gave me some wild harvested chaga. And I did this like decoction where you brew it for, I don't know, I brewed it for like 6, 7, 8 hours. And I kind of reduced it. And I had a very strong brew. And for me, the first time I had the chaga, I'll be honest, I couldn't even sleep. I was awake all night. I couldn't sleep. It gave me so much energy. Probably because I made such a strong dose and I wasn't used to it. I was just buzzing. And every single time I fell asleep that night, I had little moments of little cat naps. I would have the most lucid dreams. And I'm already a lucid dreamer. So the chaga just made my dreams super lucid. I was able to control the dreams better. I was able to just be more aware in the dream. I highly recommend you research lucid dreaming as well. That's a whole other thing I'm into. Lucid dreaming. Raw Teresa, hey, long time. So for me, chaga gives me energy. It gives me a boost of energy. I try to drink it in the morning. It gives me this energy. I drink it before I go to the gym. Of course, there's so many other little nuances to chaga. By any means, I'm not an expert on any of these mushrooms, but from my intellectual research of chaga, antiviral. It's antiviral. It destroys viruses. There's a lot of research on chaga destroying cancer. But for me, like I said, I like to talk about what I know. And what I know is from my personal experience. You could do all the intellectual research you want, but I like to talk about what do I feel when I drink chaga. And for me, I feel more energized. If I have any stomach issues as well, I drink the chaga, or I'll take some chaga powder. I'll just take the powder and it'll just help dissolve my stomach issues. It'll help kind of reduce inflammation in my GI tract. So really good for stomach, really good for your entire GI system. But for me, I personally like to take it just to give me that boost of energy. It gives me energy, a boost of it. Now on to my favorite, reishi. This mushroom right here, I love it the most. Why? Because it's like a mirror of my personality. This mushroom is like the meditation mushroom. The first time when I started taking reishi 6, 7, 8 months ago, what I first realized the ability of reishi was deep sleep. Deep sleep. It reduces sleep latency. It reduces sleep latency. What does that mean? It basically reduces the time for your body and your mind to be in a state where you are going to fall into a deep sleep. It reduces the latency. That's the technical aspect of it. But for me, if you look at it on the broad philosophical aspect, for me, reishi puts your mind into a state of meditation. A state of meditation. So, yes, you could take it at night. It's going to help put you in a deep, deep, deep sleep. But yes, you could also take it throughout the day. And it's going to help to reduce some brain fog. And it's going to help put you in a state of ease. And it's going to help put your mind in a state of meditation. And when your mind is in a state of meditation, in a state of calm, you're able to assess the situation better. You're able to see all the pieces on the board better. You're able to stay calm and cool in situations where otherwise maybe you would have been a little heated or maybe you would have been a little anxious. It reduces anxiety. It reduces friction in your mind. Friction that slows you down. Friction that makes you overthink too much. Friction that makes you suspect. Friction that draws you away from your true goals, your true desires. Reishi really is like the meditation mushroom. It's the meditation mushroom. It enhances your wisdom. It enhances your empathy, if you will. So obviously I had to blend it with mate. Knowing all that, I had to use this in the mate. I had to. A perfect marriage. Reishi and mate. Well, you may say, well, Dave, mate gives you so much energy and reishi kind of brings you down. Why would you blend the two? That's a good question. Well, each blend has different levels of mate. So knowing what reishi does, I intentionally reduce the levels of mate because I don't want the mate to overpower the effects of the reishi. That's where I had to come in with my expertise of blending and intelligently use what I felt is the perfect amount of mate to reishi ratio in order for them to work well together. It took me 6 months to develop all of these recipes, all of these formulations, and it was all done through intuition. It was all done through meditation. It wasn't something, I'm going to do overnight and just get it out there just to start selling it. No, it had to be right. It had to really work. I'm very proud of this one. Reishi, Spirit Power. That's why I call it the Spirit Power. Rooibos. Mate. So, Those three are our mushroom line. Functional mushroom line. You're going to get 1,000 milligrams per serving of functional mushrooms in every single serving. Most people, if you do your research, will say you need at least 1,000 milligrams. That's 1 gram of mushroom per serving. Some people may recommend 2 grams of mushrooms or 2,000 milligrams. So you just take 2 heaping teaspoons of any one of these and you'll get 2,000 milligrams, which is 2 grams of functional mushrooms. It's totally up to you. We have 3 of these, just to recap. We got the reishi, chaga, and we have the lion's mane. If any of you guys watching this video want to get this, check out this code, circleadrink.com. What is that? Huh. 1 second, folks. Let me get this back on the screen for you. There we go. Use code WEEKEND25. Save 25% this weekend only on anything on the website, circleofdrink.com. Let me see some of these comments. Yeah, you caught me live. Have I ever tried yerba mate without the caffeine? Yes, Ilex Duomosa. Yes, I have tried it. It's actually pretty good. A company called Union used to make that. I don't know if they still do. How do you prepare the chaga drink? Oh, that's a good question. How do I prepare these? This is a very, very good question. How do I prepare these? Guys, let me tell you the secret. All you do is take 1 scoop. 1 scoop. You just take 1 scoop of this and you put it in here. And you put it in here. 1 scoop. Then you continue to add your hot water and you just drink that. That's 1 serving. Now you can make, if you want, you can make the tea just like regular tea. You don't need the gourd. You don't need the bombisha. You could just take 1 scoop per 8 ounces, put it in boiling water, then use a tea infuser or a French press or whatever you want, or get a strainer, any strainer, strain it and drink it just like how you would make any loose leaf tea. But what I really like to do is when I'm drinking the gourd and the bombisha, I just take 1 scoop, put the 1 scoop in here, put the 1 scoop in there, add the hot water, and not only are you going to give your mate a nice taste, you're going to get that boost in flavor. Just use pure yerba mate, any pure yerba mate, but you're also going to get the effects of the functional mushrooms. You're going to get the effects of the functional mushrooms in every single blend. Let me see these other ones. Sean, what's up, brother? Got some new stuff. Yes, you did. Tony, how's it going? Yes, this is synchronicity. We got to get you guys on the mushrooms. Everybody watching this video, please get mushrooms into your life. Just go get reishi into your life. Get lion's mane into your life. Get chaga into your life. Get turkey tail into your life. You got to get these mushrooms. They're the most intelligent beings on the planet Earth. Like, it's crazy. Like when I was doing the psilocybin, experimenting with the psilocybin, I felt like I was having conversations with mushrooms. And that's what helped lead me with my friend in the Middle East, along with his help, into these mushrooms. And then I told myself there will never be a time while physical as Dave Mate, physical on this earth, in this avatar called Dave Mate, there will never be a time when I stop consuming mushrooms. There will never be a time when I stop consuming these mushrooms. I have to consume them. They just make sense. They just work. You got to get these mushrooms into your life. Like, go get them. Go onto Amazon. Go to any health food store. Go anywhere and buy these mushrooms. I don't care if you buy it from me. Just go buy reishi. Go get the pills. You don't even have to make the tea. Go buy the pills. You could buy the capsules. Just start taking them. And don't take my word for it. Just start taking these mushrooms every single day. And you're going to be like, whoa, this stuff works. You're going to feel better. Your high blood pressure is going to help. It's going to be reduced slightly. Your glucose levels are going to be regulated. You're going to be sharper. You're not going to be as tired. Your stomach problems may go away entirely. Now, of course, consult with your own medical care practitioner before you do anything. Everything I'm saying is for educational purposes only. I'm just sharing my story with you. But I'm just so excited about these mushrooms. I got to just tell you to get them. Just go get them. Start eating the mushrooms. It's crazy, but I don't know. Maybe the mushrooms are like took over my mind right now. And they're like telling Dave, just promote us. Just get us out there. Because You know, we're using you as a vehicle right now, Dave. We're using you as a medium to promote. But I'm so passionate about these mushrooms. Like, I'm almost as passionate about these mushrooms as mate. Like, they really work for me. Every single day, the mushrooms are changing my life. Like, I could feel them. As an empath, I could feel what these things are doing to me. As an empath, I could feel the effects of these mushrooms on a very deep, deep, highly sensitive level. This is why I have to tell you about the mushrooms. You gotta get onto these mushrooms. Go to this health store today. Don't wait. So many times we wait. We wait. Why do we wait to do things we know we want to do? We just wait. Now, the good thing about these videos is that I've already made all the videos anyone could ever make about yerba mate in terms of making the mate, how to make it out of a French press, how to make it out of a teapot, how to make this technique with the gourd. I made all those videos that anyone could ever make. Go onto YouTube right now, find Circle of Drink, my channel, and any video you could ever think of about yerba mate, I've already made it. I can't make any more videos about yerba mate. I've already made them all. That's why these videos have to be philosophical. They have to be. I can't just talk about mate anymore. It's over. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to talk about mate. Of course, I'll continue to educate. But I've already made all the videos I could ever make about yerba mate in terms of, like, the techniques, the different types of mate. And yes, there's still things for me to teach because I'm still learning about yerba mate. I could go into different stories and, you know, I could talk about Corrientes, Argentina, how, you know, there was a land grab there. You know, 150 years ago, you know, 200 years ago, 150 years ago, there was a huge land grab where certain people came in and basically stole millions of acres of land. And those people who live in Corrientes now are still benefiting from this. Like, I could go into many different stories. But my point is that this really relates to what mate really is. It's not just the drink. It's not just this herb. It's about conversation. It's about friendship. It's about unity. It's about coming together. Some people may watch or look at my Instagram videos and be like, what the hell is going on? This guy's taking pictures of books. This guy's taking pictures of all this nonsense of Buddha. And then he took a picture of, like, the Bible. Then he took a picture of, like, some Zen ancient text. Like, what is going through his mind? What's going through my mind is life. That's life. That's my life. That's the life I'm living. I'm living the life of an artist. I'm living the life of a business person. I'm living the life of a traveler. I'm living the life of someone who's learning different languages. That's just my life. I don't ever want to create a situation where, oh my God, look at this business. Everything's structured. Everything's bureaucratic. Everything's this employee, that employee. Let's follow this employee around. Like, let's make all this garbage. Like, I don't know, like, social media right now, I don't even like it that much, to be honest. I don't even really like social media, to be honest. I like talking to you guys. I like making these videos, but if I'm truly honest, I don't even really like social media. Like, what it does to my brain is Swiss cheese is the brain. Swiss cheese is the entire brain. It's not healthy. It's honestly not healthy. If you use it as a tool, as a way to kind of just to connect to people and you don't let it destroy you, then yeah, social media is cool. But from what I understand and what I'm observing, the way that we're moving, the direction we're going, social media is killing us. It's making us so dumb. Is it just me, or have you guys noticed, like, this new generation, you know, is not very intelligent? When I say this new generation, I'm talking about this new group of, like, between 18-year-olds to, like, 25-year-olds. I hate to say it. I don't like to talk this way, but I've never seen such a group of people who are so dull-minded, so dull, so scared, have so much anxiety. Like, I've never seen people who are so scared of everything in my life. Like, so, I don't even know how to say it. But let's just say this new generation is built different. And I truly believe that social media is a major problem, as a major contributor to this dumbification, if you will, of this new generation. My generation, as an older millennial, yeah, we still have a chance. You know, we're like the last generation that still cares about learning and still cares about, you know, elevating ourselves. But this new generation, I don't know what's going on with them. I feel scared for them, honestly. Like they gotta, it's something going on. Like social media is really destroying us. And isn't it ironic that I'm using social media right now? No, it's not ironic because if you're aware, the key is to be aware of how what it's doing to the mind. If you're not aware of what it's doing to the mind, then you're blind, and then the social media will destroy you. But if you're hyper aware and hyper vigilant, like a hawk, on what social media is doing and the effects of what it could do to destroy your mind and destroy your power, if you are aware of that, then you have power. You're not going to let it destroy you. You're like, okay, I'm aware. I'm aware. I'm aware. I'm constantly evaluating. I'm constantly making sure that I'm not getting sucked in. I'm constantly checking in on myself that, oh, okay, maybe I'm getting jealous now because this person's posting all these pictures. They're in Dubai, and now I'm jealous, and now I'm angry because this person is posting pictures of my ex-girlfriend or my ex-boyfriend, and now I'm pissed, and my whole day's destroyed. You understand? Like, it's not real. We all think social media is real, but it's not real because, let's just be honest, 99.9% of the stuff that is being posted on Facebook is just a story someone's telling. It's just an image they're trying to project, myself included. I'm not saying I'm above and beyond all that. You know what I mean? Here's an example. I'll post a picture of that I took 10 years ago or 5 years ago when I'm in Argentina, and I'll just post it yesterday, and I'll tag it Argentina. So people may think I'm in Argentina. I'm not in Argentina. I was in Argentina when I took that picture. But people may look at that and be like, oh my God, damn, I want to be in Argentina. Dave's in Argentina right now. Holy, that's dope. And many times I'll be in Argentina and I'll post a picture that I took in New York. And while I'm in Argentina, people will think, oh, damn, Dave's in New York. I want to be in New York right now. But I'm not in New York. I'm in Argentina. This is the game we're all playing. We're playing a beautiful game. It's a fun game. Don't get me wrong. Play the game. Get your money. Get your love. Find your romance. Do all these things. These are all games. But they're also real too. Here's the kicker. It's also real too. Everything is significant and everything is insignificant at once. So who am I really to tell anyone how to live? You know, who am I to tell anyone how to live? I'm just sharing a story here. This is my story as Dave Mate. 80 years I'll be here. 90 years I'll be here in this physical presence, which is nothing. On the larger scope of the universe, 80 years is like this. I will continue to go on. I don't think this is just the avatar. This is not real. Like, this is, I'm just wearing a suit, and this suit is called the body. And the body is inside the spirit. The spirit is not inside the body. The body is inside the spirit. So once I'm done with this physical body, which I love, this is a beautiful body. I love myself. You should love yourself. Love yourself. That's the key, really. Love yourself. What you were given, love it. Doesn't matter if you're skinny. Doesn't matter if you're fat. Doesn't matter if you're black. Doesn't matter if you're white. Doesn't matter if you're Spanish. Doesn't matter if you're yellow. Doesn't matter if you're purple. Who gives a damn about all that? That's just nothing. That means nothing. This whole thing, people thinking, oh my God, this person's black, this person's white, this person's gay, this person's trans, this person's heterosexual. Who cares? That doesn't mean anything. That means nothing. You are a spirit. You're just a spirit. That's all you are. You are a spirit. Traveling here through space and time. You happen to be on Earth right now. You happen to have a body right now. You happen to be a male right now. You happen to be a female right now. You happen to be poor right now. You happen to be rich right now. You happen to be in the middle right now. I don't know. It doesn't matter. All that matters is the integrity of your spirit. Where is your spirit going? Are you protecting your spirit? Is your spirit clean? Are you on a path of righteousness, or are you sharing negativity? Are you creating devilish stuff? Are you robbing, stealing, killing? You know, even those things technically aren't bad. Who am I to say they're bad? But I will say that everything has consequences. Everything you do will have to be rectified at one point. So when you do good, I truly believe good comes back to you. And you know what good and bad is internally. I can't say absolutely what good and bad is. I think good and bad, that's a human thing. Good and bad is something humans made up. What is good? What is bad? Laws, regulations, policy. This is all human stuff. I believe in the greater sense of the universe, the greater outlook of the universe, the greater beings that are out there that are living amongst one of us, all of us, that we can't even perceive them. They're laughing most of the time. They're like, oh my God, look at these humans. They're silly. They're laughing because it's funny. to them, not in a negative way, but they're laughing because they're looking at us and we're thinking, oh man, they really think this is real. They really think that they die in 80 years. They really think that 80 years is a long time. And then once they physically die, then they're done for life. They think that that's how life works. Now, I don't know where I'm going with all this. This is just a crazy, crazy, crazy rabbit hole. Let me take a sip. It's a bag of bones. Let me read some of these comments. Yeah, I'm just talking about life right now. What's up, bro? Sudamerica. What's going on, brother? He's asking where I am right now. We got to keep that on wraps. That's a part of the game too. I don't know. I just want to talk about life right now. I always ask people this question. What is the world? What does that mean to you? When I say the world, what is the world? I know I asked this about a year ago in one of my videos. Let me ask it again. What does that mean? Does that mean the earth? Does that mean the universe? Does that mean your own world? You're living in your own world? Or does that mean everything? That encompasses everything. What is the world? What does that mean? How do you define the world? I'm not going to define it. I just want you to think about that. What does this mean, the world? Because I believe most people think when they say the world, they mean Earth. Earth is the world for them. Earth. What is the world? Ask yourself that question. What is the world? What does that mean, the world? I'll let you meditate on that and come up with your own answers. I also want to throw this out there too. Do you believe that you die? What happens when you die? After your physical body goes into the earth, what happens? What do you believe happens at that point? Do you believe that you're done? Or do you believe something else happens and you continue to go on? And when you say you, what is you? Are you a spirit at that point? Or are you spirit now as well? I want you to ask yourself those questions as well. I'm not going to give any answers, really. I don't have the answer. I don't know. To be honest, I have no idea. But I have my own feelings about what happens. And I'll say, I believe I continue to go on. But I want you to ask yourself that question as well. What happens when your physical body expires? What happens to you? Ask yourself that question. Oh, I love these answers here. You guys are chilling with these answers. I love it. So now let's come back down to Earth. We just traveled through Earth, above Earth, into the space. Now let me come back down. Check this out, guys. This is something else. Don't confuse this with this. This is my other reishi. I just released this 3 days ago. But this is the CBD. The CBD. Let's talk a little bit about CBD. CBD is a cannabinoid. It comes from the cannabis plant. And I've been consuming CBD for many years now. Almost every day. And what's great about CBD is that it also has a lot of parallels with yerba mate. Anti-inflammatory, antioxidant. It helps you feel calm. It helps you feel ready for the day. But unlike yerba mate, well, mate could help you sleep, depending on your own body type. But CBD really does help you sleep. That's when I got into CBD. It just helped me have a deep sleep. So I said, okay, well, wait a minute. When I was developing this reishi blend a couple months ago, and I was noticing the effects of the sleep with the reishi, I said, hold on, CBD does that too. So I had the idea to combine the CBD with the reishi and created a CBD reishi blend. Now, mind you, this is full spectrum nano CBD. What does that mean? Well, basically, nano means that it's super, 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 super small. Anything under 200 nanometers could be considered a nanoparticle. Now, a typical red blood cell is 10,000 nanometers. 10,000 nanometers is a typical red blood cell. So when you get something that's below 200 nanometers, you can imagine how small that is in relation to a red blood cell. Below 200 nanometers are these particles inside of this. So that basically means it's going to instantly dissolve, instantly water-soluble dissolve, and it's going to bypass the gut and get directly into your bloodstream. You're going to feel this stuff within 5 to 10 minutes. Boom. You're going to feel like, whoa, I'm ready to go to sleep, or I'm ready to start the day. You could take it in the day, and it just takes away the morning fog. You could take it at night, puts you into a deep sleep. You could take it in the middle of the day just to take off the edge. CBD, reishi, mate. This is our latest CBD blend. I highly recommend you try it because you're going to get all the benefits of the reishi. You're going to get all the benefits of the CBD. Most CBD on the market right now is not nanoparticle, and it's not full spectrum. It's just large particles that are isolated particles that are not going to dissolve in water. So yeah, you may feel the effects of them. Sure, we were using those sort of particles all for many years when we started our CBD line, until several months ago when I said, hold on, let me get into this whole nanoparticle. Let me get into this whole full spectrum. Get away from the isolate, because when you isolate CBD, you lose the entourage effect. When you isolate CBD, you're isolating just the CBD cannabinoid, and you're not getting the THC. You're not getting all the CBG and all the other cannabinoids that help you, Delta 8, Delta 9, Delta 10, all these other deltas. You're not getting them. You need the entourage effect. That's why full spectrum, I believe, is the best CBD for you to consume, because you're getting the entourage effect. You're getting the entire family, the whole synergistic effect of all the cannabinoids coming together. Now, the only downside to that is for some people who don't want any THC in their system. When you have the full spectrum, yes, there's going to be THC, nominal, very small amounts of THC, but yes, THC will be in there. Full spectrum, of course, there's going to be some THC in there. So I believe, though, that has the superior health benefits, full spectrum nanoparticles, as opposed to broad spectrum or isolate non-nanoparticles. The particles are so big they can't even dissolve in water. They have to dissolve in your gut. When they go through your gut, the first pass, you're going to lose a lot of these. But these particles are going to degrade, or they're not even going to be absorbed at all. So you need the nano that gets into your bloodstream immediately. The nanoparticles gets into your bloodstream immediately, fast-acting, quick absorption. Okay? So that's what's going on with our entire CBD line. Now, you may go onto the website and not see these yet, but just know, well, this is on the website now. And now it's in 4 ounces, 113 grams. So if you go onto the website and you see like the elderberry, the key lime, and the cacao that says 75 grams, ignore that. Right now, it's all 113 grams now. All of it has the nanoparticles. It's just that this is the only one that's been updated on the website right now. So just ignore the old design, ignore the old metrics on those right now until we update them. But just know that you're going to get 4 ounces. I think these are $40 now. $40, you're going to get more. And it's going to, all of our CBD line uses nanoparticles now. All of our CBD line is full spectrum now. No more isolate, and no more non-water soluble CBD. No. Those days are over. All right. I'm in Sacramento. Are there a lot of CBD? Are you using the plant or an oil? So yeah, I'm basically using nanoparticles. I'm using the full plant turned into nanoparticles of the CBD. That's what I'm using. So there's all CBD, full spectrum, but it's not isolate. It's not just CBD. It's the entire cannabinoid family inside this. They use the entire plant. That's what full spectrum means. So let me just clarify that for those of you who aren't aware of CBD. There's 3 different types of CBD, basically. There's isolate, where they just isolate the CBD particle. Isolated the CBD particle. There's broad spectrum, where they take the CBD and then maybe they use another 3 or 4 or 5 other cannabinoids. So there's several cannabinoids, okay? And then there's full spectrum CBD, where they use the entire full spectrum, the entire plant is used. So you're going to get all the cannabinoids in various levels. Obviously, CBD will be the highest level, but there will be other cannabinoids in there. It's full spectrum. So those are the 3 different types. And then you have nanoparticles and non-nanoparticles. So if it's a nanoparticle, it's under 200. It has to be under 200 nanometers for it to be considered a nanoparticle. When it's a nanoparticle, it's water dissolvable. It'll water soluble rather, and it dissolves instantly in water. If it's not water soluble, otherwise known as nano, I mean, you could have something larger than 200 nanometers and still dissolve in water, obviously, but the smaller the nanoparticle, the higher the water solubility will be. So our stuff is under 200 nanometers. It's going to dissolve instantly in water. You could just take some of this. Well, this has the mate in it. We don't sell just the powder right now. I mean, we may do that in the future. But rest assured, you put a scoop of that in here. You add the hot water. The CBD will all dissolve instantly, and you drink that, and you're going to get your CBD dose. Every dose of this is 15.9 milligrams of nano CBD. So that's the whole CBD spiel. So let me go through these comments, make sure that I'm answering everybody's stuff before I get out of here. I got to go to this concert in about an hour. Ashwagandha. Actually, I'm using ashwagandha in one of these blends, in one of these mushroom blends. Yeah, so that's basically it, folks. Thank you so much. I saw a lot of familiar faces on the Instagram, on YouTube. Your boy Dave is still kicking. I'm just working hard right now, building this empire, building my own spirit. You know, my most important obstacle, my most important objective here on Earth right now, though, is my own spirit. Where is my spirit going? Am I doing the right thing? Am I living in a powerful, peaceful way? You know, that's the most important thing right now. That's always been my most important thing. Everything else is secondary. Business is secondary. Travel is secondary. You know, I hate to even say it, but friendship and things like that are all secondary. Those are great things. Have them. Friendship, romance, all these things are good. Do them. But first and foremost, you got to take care of yourself in terms of, are you fulfilling your mission here on Earth? What did you come here for? You came here, I believe you came here for a reason. Everyone came here for a reason. Fulfill your mission. That mission may be to dissolve your anger issues. That mission may be for you to learn how to deal with grief. That mission may be for you not to be a racist anymore. You know what I mean? Everyone has their own mission. My time limit's getting messed up. Damn. On Instagram. I lost the Instagram feed. But fulfill your mission. Find out what your mission is. Once you find out what your mission is, do everything you can to fulfill your mission here on Earth. This is Dave Mate. It's been a pleasure. Thank you guys so much. Hold on. I got to get you guys back on this code. Go onto the website, Weekend25. Save 25% on anything on the website this entire weekend. Use the code Weekend25. Just for those of you guys sharing this video, watching this video right now, just for you guys. All right. Glad to be back. Salud. You'll be seeing more of me. I'll be back. I got to get the videos back. I miss making these videos. I really do. I got to come back strong. Thank you, everyone who's watching these videos, supporting Circle of Drink. Just go out there. Remember, just go buy mate anywhere. Buy it anywhere. Buy the mushrooms anywhere. Start drinking it. Start feeling good. Salud. Have a great weekend, guys.